There was once a king, and he knew that a good king was a smart king. And so every evening, after his royal duties were done, he'd gather everyone in the palace into the great hall, from the royal courtiers to the scullery maids and the stable hands, and he'd get them to quiz him with brain teasers and puzzles and riddles to keep his mind sharp. And they would ask him things like, "Oh, mighty king, I have hands and a face, but no eyes or mouth. What am I?" And the king would say, "Of course." And they would say, "Oh, mighty king, I have cities, but no people. I have rivers, but I'm dry. I have mountains, but I'm flat. What am I?"
Desert, a map.
A map, yes. And they would give him jigsaw puzzles and rope puzzles and Sudoku and the trickiest wordles they could find. And it was very rare anyone came close to stumping the king. Well, one evening, the palace guards received a mysterious package. And after checking it out to ensure it was safe, they discovered that not only was it safe, but it was exactly the sort of thing the king would want to see right away. So they hustled out of the guard tower and across the courtyards and through the main doors and up some staircases and down a corridor and down another until they reached the king's chambers, where he was just getting ready for bed. "Your Majesty, a parcel for you." The king thanked them and off they went. Well, the king opened up the little note that had come with the box. And as soon as he read it, any thoughts of sleep were banished from his mind. "To the king who loves riddles, riddle me this. Within this box there are 3 dolls. If you can discover what is different between them, there'll be a treasure for you." Well, surely it wasn't too late to solve one more puzzle. The king opened the lid of the box and pushed aside the wrappings, and sure enough, there were the 3 dolls. Well, they were very finely made. They had the same painted smiles and eyes. They had the same haircuts, hair made of horsehair. They even had matching outfits made out of little pieces of felt. The king looked, and he looked for a long time, he looked. He had to admit he could not immediately see a difference between the dolls. Still, he knew that a good king was a smart king, and a smart king kept the company of other smart people, and must not be too proud to ask for help. So he sent for the wise old scholar, who lived in a room in the palace tower surrounded by books. "Ah, scholar, yes, welcome. Thank you for coming at this late hour. Take a look at these 3 dolls. What is the difference between them?" The scholar came over, and he looked, and he looked. For a long time he looked. And then he held up the dolls and rapped on them and listened. And he sniffed the dolls. And he had a set of scales brought, and he weighed the dolls, and he measured the dolls, and he made all sorts of observations in a thick book. And then he thought. And then he thought. And then he kept thinking. For half an hour he sat there thinking. "Scholar, have you figured out the difference between the dolls?" "Your Majesty, please do not rush me. I have made my observations. Now I must consider the problem through every theoretical framework, from every philosophical angle, and only after I have properly contemplated the matter dare I speak. Or if I speak too soon, I may speak wrongly." Well, I see. How long will these contemplations take? "Oh, several weeks, Your Majesty." "I see. Well, perhaps you may continue your contemplations back in your own chambers. Thank you, wise scholar." And off he went. Well, alas, this was sometimes the problem with wise scholars. They thought and they thought, but never spoke about their thoughts or did anything about them. Perhaps that wasn't so wise. Maybe the king needed someone who would speak without thinking at all. Yes, a good king was a smart king. And a smart king sometimes kept the company of a fool and sought their advice. So he sent for his court jester. "Hello, Mr. King. Burning the midnight oil, are we? I see it's quite late." "Well, can I do to amuse you? Hello, fool. Just come here, take a look at these 3 dolls. Tell me, what is the difference between them? Oh, dollies! Well, the fool took the dolls. He looked, and he looked, for a not very long time. He looked, and then he began to juggle the dolls under the leg, and the back, and he started to play pretend, hey, you look just like me. I was going to say the same thing. Me too. Fool, have you figured out the difference? The difference between what, Your Majesty? All right, thank you, fool. You may go. No, leave the dolls. Yes, thank you, yeah, even that one. Thank you. Good night. Well, the fool hadn't proved very helpful either, and the king was starting to fear that no one would be able to aid him in finding the difference between the dolls. Just then, he heard someone else passing in the corridor outside, muttering to themselves. Ah, it must be the court storyteller. She was always wandering the halls in the middle of the night talking to herself. Storyteller, come in here, please. Thank you. Take a look at these 3 dolls. You are a teller of tales. See if you can tell the difference between them. Well, the storyteller took the dolls, and she looked, and she looked. For a long time, she looked. She said, Your Majesty, it appears these dolls are identical. Yes, storyteller, I have learned that for myself. No, sire. They appear identical on the outside, which means the difference must be on the inside. A good point, said the king. But they're so finely crafted, it would be a shame to break them open. Your Majesty, there are many ways to get inside a person without breaking them open. The best way I know to reach into someone is through the ears. Forgive me, Your Majesty. The storyteller reached out and, whoop, plucked one of the gray hairs from the king's beard. Storyteller, whatever was that for? You'll see, Your Majesty. And she took the hair, she took the first doll, and she carefully threaded the hair into the little ear hole of the first doll. And it went in, and disappeared inside the doll's head. Your Majesty, I think this doll is like some wise old scholars. They have plenty of thoughts in their head that stay there and never come out. I know a man like that, storyteller. But what about doll number 2? Forgive me. Whoop! Plucked another hair, took the second doll, threaded it into the ear of doll number 2, and the hair did not stay inside the head of the doll. It came out the other ear. Aha! Said the king. I'll bet that doll's a fool. Things go in one ear and right out the other. Yes, Your Majesty. And now for doll number 3. She didn't need to trim the king's beard this time. She still had the second hair. She took the third doll. She put it into the ear hole. And this time it did not stay in the doll's head, nor did it come out the other ear. The hair came out the mouth. Your Majesty, this doll is my kin. Because what it hears, it shares with others. Precisely, sire. Well, storyteller, you've helped me solve the riddle. But you've given me a new riddle. My beard hairs are long and gray and straight. And sure enough, the hair went into the ear of doll number 3, long and gray and straight. But look, it's come out all curled and golden. What is the meaning of this? Well, of course it came out of the mouth curled, Your Majesty. Every storyteller puts their own twist on a tale. And as for the change in color, you're forgetting the note about a treasure. Don't you see it's turned to gold? For a tale well told is a treasure as good as any gold.
Oh,